A News Corp investigation has revealed parents are being forced to pay extra to have their children seated with them on a flight. A family of 4 could be charged up to $100 to sit together, with airlines now automatically splitting up families. For more on this, I'm very pleased to welcome cost of living editor at News Corp, John Rolfe, who's here in the studio. John, a very warm welcome. And you have your kids with you today, Carter and Eliza. So warm welcome, guys. Thank you so much to all of you for joining us. And look, John, let's kick it off. I mean, what a story. This actually happened to you, and that led to the investigation. Tell us a bit more.
That's right. So school holidays are coming up, and we decided to escape the cold, go and see some orangutans in Malaysia. So we booked with AirAsia. We were trying to economise. It's not cheap for families to travel internationally, but it's something that we budgeted for. But then, when we got allocated our seats just before taking off, they do it a couple of weeks beforehand, I saw that they'd separated myself and my wife from our children, Carter and Eliza, who are 4 and 6 years old. They would have been seated between strangers, and I just thought this was outrageous. So I approached AirAsia and I said, oh, look, something must be wrong. I can see that there's lots of spare space in this plane. There's rows and rows that have no people in them. Could you please put us together? And they said, you'll have to pay.
You're kidding. And so did you then have to pay to move together, or did you sort of,
Well, they kept on...
I mean, what's the reason for them making this decision?
Oh, well, it's their business model.
Yeah.
And I think if this is what you need to do to make money, they need to get into another business. This is totally unreasonable. They shouldn't ask one group of customers to pay more simply because they have children. We've had quite a reaction to this story since we published it today, with people saying that the law must need to be amended if this is what airlines are going to do. The worst part about it, to my mind, is that AirAsia makes a representation on its website. It says that it will use its best endeavours to keep families together. But my experience and that of other families, I've found 5 other families who this is happening to right now. They say that they're not using their best endeavours. And it's not just AirAsia, it's airlines like Tiger and Scoot. And today we're hearing that it's Jetstar. So I really think that that whole low-cost airline industry needs to look at what it's doing. I think that they're putting the low in low cost through their actions here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if it is their business model and they're trying to make more money, surely there is a more reasonable way of them doing that than actually, splitting up families. I mean, guys, how would you feel about being separated from your parents if you were going on an overseas holiday?
Sad.
Yeah.
Scared because they're strangers, and they could take us. You never know.
And they could hurt us or do something to us.
Yeah, exactly. And if there was something wrong that, on the flight, or you needed to ask your mum and dad something, they're not even next to you. You can't even, ask them for something. It's, yeah. And, I mean, as you say, John, the problem is that you get separated and then it becomes someone else's responsibility, right, to take care of your children. So it's not fair for the other passengers on the plane, for your kids or for yourself.
It's too much trouble for the airline, because imagine you're a stranger and suddenly you've got plonked beside you someone else's 2-year-olds, because this is happening with 2-year-olds. That's entirely unreasonable. Who would ever fly on that airline again if that was what was going to happen? Now, the airlines will say, oh, look, if you turn up to the airport, we'll make sure that you're seated together. But that is not what they say to you. When you see which seats you're allocated in, see that you've been split up intentionally, they say, no, you'll need to pay more. Now, we're taking a number of internal flights within Malaysia and then to Singapore. We're up for $500 more in order just to sit together. Now, I fought and fought and fought. I had to get it escalated. I did it as a private person. I didn't say, I'm a journalist, I'm going to write about this.
Sure.
And I got it sorted out. And then I was going to raise it with the ACCC. And then I thought, no, the best thing I can do is bring it to people's attention by writing about it. I didn't know I was going to find so many examples of it. People are outraged.
So presumably you have been in touch with a lot of those airlines, some of the worst offenders, as you made mention. What has been the response from those airlines?
They say that, look, we would never intentionally seek to split up families, but it's just a falsehood, because their system will automatically allocate people into different seats.
Yeah.
They know you're a family because you've given them your passport details. They can see that this is one booking. They shouldn't split up a booking. They shouldn't split up any booking, in my opinion. If this is what they've got to do to make money, then it's simply, they're going to have to find another way. They're going to have to put up the prices, because it's unreasonable to separate parents from their children, then to make other passengers have to put up with that. It would just To me, it is the dumbest way to run a business that I can imagine.
It is unfairly targeting parents and families.
Yes, that's
at the
right.
end of
We're
the
being
day.
extorted.
Yeah.
Because, well, of course, if you reach... What they're hoping is that you won't wait until you get to the airport, you won't try your luck and hope that there are some seats left, or you won't get on the plane and prevail upon another passenger to say, look, I'm sorry, but they put my child beside you, could we possibly swap? I mean, this is the situation that they're forcing upon parents and the other passengers, and they should stop it.
Yeah. So, look, John, if you are travelling with children and you are travelling as a family, what would be your best advice and some of your best tips?
Don't use these airlines. They don't deserve your business. It's not good enough. If this is the way they're going to treat you, I won't be flying AirAsia again because I had to fight tooth and nail. Unless they change their policies, unless they explicitly promise that they're going to keep families together, don't fly with them. Take your business elsewhere. That's the only way they'll get the message.
All right, look, fantastic. John, really appreciate you coming in. Carter and Eliza, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you guys in today, and let's hope the airlines, you know, take some of this advice on board and they make some changes, right? So, look, it's been wonderful, and thank you for joining us today,
Thanks for
John.
having us
Thank
on.
you.